Hello everyone, welcome back to Him classes. So I am Deepak Chauhan and today we will continue with Himachal Pradesh general knowledge. Today we will discuss about the different tribes and customs which are prevalent there in the state. So before starting, I would request you to kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So no, as Himachal Pradesh is a place where many different tribes are there, and they have a very specific lifestyle and customs which are specific to these tribes, right? So शुरू करने से पहले I'll tell you about the background कि कहाँ से हमें ये पता चलता है कि कौन से which people, which tribes were there in the hill states. Okay, so no, it is said that in the background that discovery of some of the stone implements or the inscriptions which are found in Ban Ganga and Byas Valley of Kangra, Sirsa and Sutlej Valley, Nalagarh and Bilaspur, and Markanda valleys of Sirmaur. So in valleys mein there are stone inscriptions or the implements which reveals that there is a existence of prehistoric man. मतलब प्राग ऐतिहासिक पीरियड में भी यहाँ पे ह्यूमन एग्जिस्टेंस पाया गया है. सो इसके बाद ये माना जाता है कि जो सबसे एंशिएंट ट्राइब और सबसे प्राचीन जो निवासी थे यहाँ के मतलब हिमाचल प्रदेश के, देवर दासास और दसयूज. So they are the earliest non inhabitants of this hill state, right? So next is the Khasas. They are considered to be the second branch of Aryans, right? So Khasa is again one of the tribe which was which were there, and they are considered to be the branch of the second branch of Aryans. Then there are mention of Kunindas. So they were hill people and who lived in the areas lying between Byas and Satluj and the Yamuna areas. So Kunindas or Kulindas, they were also, said to be inhabiting in the Byas, Satluj and Yamuna valleys, right? Then another tribe which is called Kirat. They were they are considered as the low caste people, and they also lived across Satluj and Yamuna river valleys, right? Then Kinnars or Kinnoris. So now in the Puranic text of Hindu mythology, Kinnars are described as demigods. उनको ऐसे अश्वमुख का भी नाम दिया गया है क्योंकि उनकी जो शक्ल थी और जो फेस लुक्स थे, they were something like half man and half horse type. Okay, so as on today, I don't think something like will be there, but it is in the Puranic text it is said like that because they were residing in the almost in the top hills of Himalayas, and they are considered to be the demigods. उनको मतलब ऐसे राक्षस या फिर राक्षसों के रूप में माना जाता था, right? And Kinnor is also known as Khunu. Now, Khunu is a word in the Dravidian language which means mountain, right? So all this bold information is very important, so kindly don't skip it. Remember this. एग्जाम में कई बार ये स्पेसिफिक वर्ड्स पूछे जाते हैं एंड इनका मीनिंग पूछा जाएगा या किस चीज के लिए ये यूज किए जाते थे ये पूछा जा सकता है. ओके, सो कुनु या खुनु का जो मीनिंग था द्रविडियन लैंग्वेज में, इसका मीनिंग होता था माउंटेन. सो किन्नौर को खुनु या कुनु भी बोला जाता था. एंड तिब्बत में से खुनु एंड लेह में माओ एंड कुरपा इन नामों से जाना जाता था. सो ऑल दीज खुनु, माओ एंड कुरपा, दीज आर द नेम्स ऑफ किन्नौर ओनली. सो रिमेंबर दिस. And another important information about Kinnor girls. So it was said that according to the Lamastic beliefs, the Kinnor girls or the Kinnar girls who do not find match, जिनको अपने शादी के लिए कोई अच्छा वर नहीं मिलता था या जिनकी शादी नहीं हो पाती थी, they become Jomo. So Jomo is another important word which is used for, it is a term used for nuns in Buddhism, right? So all this information is very important. Then these are some of the special birds which are used to describe either the marriage form or the divorce or the ceremonies which takes place during the marriage. So we will discuss them one by one. First one is the Janikang or Janitang. It is an arranged form of marriage, right? So in Kinnar society, arranged form of marriage को Janikang और Janitang के नाम से जाना जाता था. Then Dhamchal Sheesh, Binang और Hachis और धमतांग शीश और जुशीश, ये सारे नाम जो हैं they are little bit difficult to pronounce, but kindly remember them. These terms were used to denote the love marriage, right? Then Dharosh or Dubur or Nyamsha or Dafang or Nyamsha Lemu and Ashish or Hachis. It is something called marriage by capture. At present, it is, I think, is no more in practice. Now, somewhere in some parts of India, like the eastern UP and Bihar, it is also prevalent there. It was also prevalent there. Now I don't think it is there. वहाँ पे इसे पकड़ा हुआ विवाह के नाम से जाना जाता था. Like when some boy or some girl who is he or she is, if he or she is liked by some other party, so they will capture that boy or the girl and forcefully they will marry with that girl or boy. Okay, so यहाँ पे the marriage by capture is especially for girls because जब भी किसी बंदे को या किसी लड़के को लड़की के साथ शादी करनी रहती थी and she is not agreed or she is not agreeing to get married, so they used to get married by capture, right? So ये जो फोर्सफुल और जबरदस्ती वाली शादी होती थी उसको बोला जाता था धरोश, दुबुर, न्यामशा, दभांग, न्यामशा लेमो, आशीष एंड हचीस. ओके, सो ऑल these terms are important. एग्जाम में कई बार ये पूछे जाते हैं कि कुछ 4-5 terms दिए रहेंगे, which of the following is not related to the marriage form or something like that. और कई बार जैसे लॉन्ग आंसर में भी ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, इलेबोरेट एनी 3 or 4 फॉर्म्स ऑफ मैरिज ऑफ द किन्नर सोसाइटी. और अभी और भी हम आगे बाकी सोसाइटीज के बारे में भी पढ़ेंगे, सो किसी के बारे में भी कुछ भी पूछा जा सकता है. सो दिस इज ऑल इम्पोर्टेंट, राइट? नेक्स्ट अनदर इंफॉर्मेशन इज हर. सो हर इज अ टर्म व्हिच इज यूज्ड टू एंटाइस अवे समवन्स वाइफ. किसी ऑलरेडी मैरिड वुमेन और किसी की पत्नी को बहला फुसला के उसको अपने प्रेम जाल में फंसाने वाले काम को क्या बोला जाता था? हर, राइट? नाउ धमचल शीश. So it means that to have a real relationship between a boy and girl. So धमचल शीश which is love marriage, हमने पहले ही पढ़ लिया है. So इसका मतलब ये होता था कि there is a really liking between a boy and girl and मतलब they can proceed ahead with the love marriage. Okay, then Nyutang Mirang. It is a form of marriage in which only 2 persons join the marriage party. So this is another form of marriage where only 2 persons, और केवल 2 लोग जाते थे. एक जैसे बारात में जाते हैं तो बारात में only 2 people will join, like एक तो दुल्हा होगा और दुल्हे के साथ एक मोस्टली उसके फादर एंड उसके मैटरनल अंकल. So these 2 people are supposed to join the wedding party. So this type of wedding is known as Nyutang Mirang, right? Then another form of marriage is Dharosh, which means to drag forcefully, especially a woman, to have a sexual relationship. और इसे राक्षस विवाह के नाम से भी जाना जाता था. So Dharosh is a forceful kind of marriage, and this marriage is not like form of marriage, but it is actually a kind of rape. So we mention it as Rakshas Vivah. Then Ijat. So this term is used for money paid by the husband to wife for divorce. So Ijat उस term के लिए इस्तेमाल किया जाता था word. जैसे assume when husband is divorcing his wife, and the divorce का भी हम आगे पढ़ेंगे for what reasons divorce was acceptable or is uh, undertaken. So if a husband has to divorce his wife, he has to pay a certain amount of money, which is called ijat. Nowadays, this is something called no maintenance money and all. So ijat was a money which was paid to the divorced wife, right? And a husband can divorce a wife when he has no likings for some other girl or other women, or in case of fertility of the no existing wife. So in those cases, he has the privilege to divorce his wife, right? Next is shing tag tag. So ये shing tag tag term है, this is a very special term and it represents the action when divorced husband and wife broke a twig of sure tree. Okay, this was one of the symbolic tree to mark the breakup of two people like a husband and wife. So जब भी मतलब husband और wife के बीच में divorce होता था तो there was no like not like today's लीगल प्रोसेसेस, कोई कोर्ट में नहीं जाने की जरूरत होती थी. सिंपली वो क्या करते थे, शूर ट्री के उसकी छिलके को लेके राइट डिफरेंट डायरेक्शंस में फेंक देते थे टू मार्क दी ब्रेकअप. उससे माना जाता था कि ये इनका डिवोर्स हो गया है. लाइक इन इस्लाम रिलीजन तलाक तलाक तलाक, 3 times if you will say the talaq will be considered. So something like that. This shing tag tag term was used to represent the action of husband and wife which are breaking up their relationship, right? So this shing tag tag is also again very important. Then fayaz. Fayaz is a term used for the ornaments which were given from boy's side to girl on the day of marriage, on the day marriage is fixed. तो जैसे अभी आज के दिन में हम इसे करते हैं ना, रोका होता है या फिर अलग अलग टर्म्स यूज की जाती हैं उसके लिए. तो उस टाइम में कुछ ऑर्नामेंट्स जो थे वो लड़के वाले की साइड से लड़की को दिए जाते थे. जिस दिन शादी फिक्स हो जाती है उनको बोला जाता था फयाज, राइट. देन घंटी. सो ये घंटी जो है, दिस इज अ फीस्ट गिवन ऑन टू दी मैरिज पार्टी. लाइक जो आज के डेट में जैसे मान लो बारात को जो खाना खिलाया जाता है, पार्टी दी जाती है, नॉट इवन बारात, ऑल दी इनवाइटेड गेस्ट. सो दैट फीस्ट इज नोन एज घंटी. देन सेनिंग कुनु. This another important term which is which represents the exchange of gifts after meals. Generally आपने देखा होगा हिमाचल में especially it was a practice there. बारात वगैरह जो आती है, लड़के की तरफ से जो बारात आती है उनको खाने के बाद कुछ गिफ्ट्स दिए जाते थे ना. Sometimes handkerchief, sometimes like bottles, sometimes thermos flask or something like that, fruits or kuch bhi, any form of gift which are exchanged after the meals. And some other gifts are also there like blankets and all. They are exchanged between the special privileged people. I mean both sides, both parties, like the father or the maternal uncle or the brothers. So they exchange some gifts. So this sening kunu is the term used for those gifts. And they are also known as like dolakchin, yume, or dalgoning, dalgonmin. So, a little bit difficult to pronounce, so kindly manage and remember them, right? Then next is the manchang prolshimu. This is another term. It is a form of group dance at the time of departure followed by sad songs from girl side. So normally आपने देखा होगा when विदाई समारोह में जो सैड सॉन्ग्स गाए जाते हैं, उदासी भरे गाने गाए जाते हैं, उन पे डांस भी किया जाता है. So this manchang prolshimu is the term used to commemorate or the represent that dance, right? Next is visyoshimik. So this term is used for those who accompanied the bride after no like आपने देखा होगा हमारे हिमाचल में ब्याह शादियों में लड़की की तरफ से लड़की के साथ कुछ लाइक भाई या कोई और नियर एंड डियर वंस आते हैं एंड दे ऑफर सम गिफ्ट्स टू द गर्ल एंड देन डिपार्ट, राइट. सो उनके लिए ये विश्वशमक टर्म जो है वो यूज किया जाता है. And divorce is locally known as this is Shintik Ashimig, right? और इसको थक चोचा के नाम से भी जाना जाता है, and it is permitted in some circumstances, like in case of fertility or in case either the male partner or the female partner have any out of marriage liking. तो अगर उनको अपने दोनों में से दोनों को छोड़ के किसी थर्ड पर्सन के साथ they have developed liking, then they can divorce each other and continue with their life. So divorces, these two terms are they are used to represent the divorce, and it is permitted in Kinner society. Okay, so remember that we are only discussing about Kinner society only, right? Abhi baki different tribes like Gaddi tribe, then Swangla tribe, then Pangwalis, उनका सबका डिस्कस अभी हम करेंगे नेक्स्ट स्लाइड्स में. अभी तक हम ओनली किन्नर सोसाइटी के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. So remember this. Then other tribes which are known as like Nagas, they are known as the worshipper of serpents and living in Himalayas, right? So Nagas भी कुछ पाए जाते थे यहाँ पे. Then Yakshas were there, having the superhuman powers as tree gods. Yaksha was the another tribe which was there. Then Pishchas, so they were inhabitants of northwestern frontier of Chitral, Gilgit, Kufristan, and they were the consumers of raw fish. Okay, so this was the another tribe which was there in Himachal Pradesh. Then Rajput. Rajput was one of the most common and the large part of our people which form the hill people. Okay, so largest part of population in Himachal Pradesh, and the major clans were like Rathod, then Sen, Katoch, Parmar, Chandel, Chauhan, Patial, Pathania, etc. So these are these all are the clans from Rajput tribe, right? And they are divided into three vansha. उनकी वंशावली को भी डिवाइड किया गया है, सूर्यवंशी, चंद्रवंशी और अग्निकुल और बराग वंश. इन तीन वंशों में इनको डिवाइड किया हुआ था. And each clan is divided into khampas. Okay, there was further division of the clans. Each clan has khampas, and each khampa was divided into the nuks, and each nuk into goats. Okay, so the smallest unit was goat, then nuk, and then khampa, right? Khampa ke baad clan. So this is the hierarchy of the Rajput clans. Kindly remember this. Then Brahmins. Brahmins is also like second largest group in the Himachal Pradesh, and it is said that they have come from Indian plains because of during the Mughal rule or during the atrocities committed by the Mughals in the plains. So Brahmins prefer to shift to the hillside. It is said like that. So they are spread across the state, and they are found everywhere except Kinnaur and Spiti. In Lahol Valley में स्वांगला जो है, स्वांगला community जो है, they are known as Brahmins, right? Then Ghirats. So as I said in the earlier slide also, Ghirats, or they are also known as Chaudhries. They come next in the number of Rajputs and Brahmins. So this is Ghirats are the third largest group if we consider it as population wise, and they associated with the great Rishi and Kauravas in Mahabharata, right? So they are considered, or it is said that they are associated with the great Rishi and Kauravas in the Mahabharata. Then Gaddis. Gaddis are considered as, this Gaddi tribe is mostly specific to Kangra and Chamba districts. Some parts of Kangra districts are also inhabited by the Gaddi community, and they are considered to be the descendants of Khatris of Punjab who migrated to high hills due to the persecution by Muslim rulers, right? As I said for Brahmins also, these Gaddis also, they were the Khatris of the plains, and when because of the persecution by Muslim rulers, they preferred to migrate to hills, right? So देयर इज अ कॉमन सेइंग दैट नो, इनके बारे में ऐसा बोला जाता है गद्दी ट्राइब के बारे में, देयर इज अ कॉमन सेइंग दैट उजरिया लाहौर से बसिया भरमौर, आई मीन लाहौर से दे माइग्रेटेड टू भरमौर and they are no very strong devotees of Lord Shiva, right? Now there are 5 types of marriages which are prevalent among the Gaddi tribe. So recently we discussed about Kinnori society. Now we will discuss about Gaddi society, right? And this is again very important. No, एग्जाम में कई बार, ऑलमोस्ट हर बार एग्जाम में, लाइक HAS के एग्जाम में, SPS के एग्जाम में हर बार ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया होता है. दो तीन मैरिज फॉर्म्स दिया रहेगा, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग मैरिज फॉर्म्स इज नॉट एसोसिएटेड विद द पर्टिकुलर ट्राइब, और नो कुछ मैरिज फॉर्म्स दी रहेंगी और कुछ उनका मीनिंग दिया रहेगा, यू हैव टू मैच. और इवन मेंस लॉन्ग आंसर्स में भी ये पूछा जाता है, डिस्कस एनी ऑफ द 4 मैरिज फॉर्म्स विच आर स्पेसिफिक टू गद्दी ट्राइब और स्वांगला ट्राइब और पंगवालीज. सो रिमेंबर दैट ऑल दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. So first form of marriage is by elopement, and in local term it is called Jindfunk or Bararfunk, right? And it is said that if the girl elopes with her lover without consent, and they solemnize their marriage by going around the fire 5 times, then it is no, their marriage is considered, and it is not considered as a healthy practice. तो ऐसा माना जाता है कि अगर एक लड़का किसी लड़की के साथ, आई मीन दोनों लड़का लड़की आपस में प्यार करते हैं और वो भाग जाते हैं, और नो अग्नि के 5 फेरे ही हैं यहाँ पे. वैसे नॉर्मली 7 फेरे माना जाता है हमारे धर्म में, लेकिन यहाँ पे कहा गया है कि इस स्पेशली गद्दी कम्युनिटी में अगर उन्होंने अग्नि के 5 फेरे ले लिए तो उनकी मैरिज जो है वो मतलब कंप्लीट हो जाता है, मैरिज का जो सेरेमनी है. बट दिस मैरिज फॉर्म इज नॉट कंसीडर्ड एज अ हेल्दी प्रैक्टिस इन द सोसाइटी, right? So next is Janj Raja. This marriage is by elopement, consent, agreement, and mutual understanding, right? When a woman elopes with someone, then the new husband fixes a date for Janj Raja and offers a feast, and this is recognized by civil courts, right? So Janj Raja is another marriage form of the Gaddi tribe. And no, this marriage is taking place by elopement only. I mean, भागना ही पड़ता है finally उनको, but by consent and agreement and mutual understanding. आपसी समझ और नो सहमति के आधार पर ये होता है. और जब एक मतलब वुमेन या लड़की जो है वो भाग जाती है अपने नए हस्बैंड के साथ, जो नया हस्बैंड है उसका, वो मैं नया हस्बैंड में इसलिए यूज कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, न्यू हस्बैंड टर्म इसलिए यूज कर रही है बिकॉज दिस इज applicable for already married women also, because when a lady or a woman once married may develop liking or have a love relation with others and may elope with someone else also, right? So this type of form is known as Janj Raja. Very important. No, कई बार ये एग्जाम में आपने देखा होगा जंज राजा के बारे में पूछा गया. Next is Ghar Jwantri. So by name this is very clear that Ghar Jwantri is nowadays this is very rare, hardly takes place, but in the previous Gaddi society it was very common. In this marriage the boy has to work as a domestic servant in the in-laws house, and nowadays it is very rare. So लड़के को शादी करने के बाद अपने मतलब इन-लॉज के घर में नौकर बन के रहना पड़ता था, उसको बोला जाता था घर जवान, right? Then Bata Sata. Bata Sata, this is another important very important form of marriage. Last year only HPAS के mains में this was a question, what is Bata Sata? So in this form of marriage the boy or the girl, they gets married in exchange of their real or the cousin brother or sisters, right? And it is not considered that much superior form of marriage. It is considered inferior to the Danpun marriage. So another form of marriage is Danpun, and this is most common type of the marriage and considered as a healthy practice and superior form of marriage. So in the Danpun marriage, normal wedding takes place, like जो भी हमारे society में सर्वमान्य है, that is known as Danpun marriage, right? Now coming to the Pangwals. So Pangwals is a generic name which means the people of Pangi Valley in Chamba district, right? and language spoken by these people is Pangwali. Okay, so Pangwals वो लोग हैं जो पांगी वैली में रहते हैं और उनके द्वारा बोली गई जो लैंग्वेज है, बोली जाने वाली लैंग्वेज है, that is known as Pangwali. Now again Pangwals also have a certain marriage forms. So marriage is performed in 3 different stages. First is Pilan, that is engagement, then Feki, betrothal, then Chakki, the final marriage, right? जैसे नॉर्मली हमारा नॉर्मल सोसाइटी की अगर हम बात करें तो ऐसा होता है ना, पहले रोका होता है, देन शगुन होता है, उसके बाद मैरिज होती है. सो दिस इज एंगेजमेंट, betrothal एंड मैरिज, known as Pilan, Feki and Chakki, right? And divorce is also recognized, which is known as छोड़ दे, है ना, छोड़ दे, है ना, मीनिंग छोड़ दे. Next is बड़ी शादी. So it is a marriage by negotiation. बड़ी शादी, this is again one of the form of marriage and it is marriage by negotiation. So in this one एक बिचौलिया रखा जाता है, दोनों पार्टीज में नेगोशिएशन किया जाता है एंड उसके बाद मैरिज की जाती है. सो दिस इज बड़ी शादी. देन पिटचुक और चोरी, राइट? सो इट इज अ मैरिज बाय कैप्चर when a boy develops liking for a married or unmarried woman, right? So the other party or the girl or the bride can be unmarried or married, okay? And when a boy has developed liking for some women or a girl, then he will पिटचुक और शोरी, वो उसको कैप्चर करके शादी कर लेता है. दिस फॉर्म ऑफ मैरिज इज नोन एज पिटचुक मैरिज, राइट? इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्म ऑफ मैरिज. Then Dogri, it is a marriage by exchange like Bata Sata in Gaddi community, right? Then Topilana. Topilana is another important form of widow remarriage. So now because of this term, now we can assess that the widow remarriage, normally it is said that the British started widow remarriage in 1856 and Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, who is considered as the biggest or the important contributor towards this. But with these terms we can assess that the widow remarriage was prevalent even there before, even before the British rule, or even in the previous times also, right? So this is Topilana is very important, and widow remarriage. Now coming to the Laholis. Laholi is another important inhabitants of Lahol and Spiti, and the tribe is called as Bhots. Like, so marriage system has 2 different forms. So Laholis में भी शादियों के 2 अलग-अलग प्रकार होते हैं. So first is Tabagsan, which is arranged marriage, and Kumai Bhagsan, love marriage, right? So kindly remember them, important terms. And they do not permit within 3 degrees of relationship of both father and mother side, right? I mean शादी की जो है वो पैटर्नल और मैटर्नल दोनों साइड में 3 degree of relationship. Now you can understand what is 3 degree of relationship. It is not permitted, right? Next is Khampa. Khampa are believed to be the migrants of Tibet. Kham, right? So Kham name is the name of state and people known as Khampa in Tibet or the Tibetan language, and they are also known as Gyagar, a Tibetan term for India. So Tibetan language में India को Gyagar के नाम से भी जाना जाता है, right? And they have a traditional council which is known as Shujam Chungi, headed by Goa. Okay, so this Khampa tribe has a traditional council which is known as Shujam Chungi, and it is headed by Goa. So kindly remember this, right? And marriages are generally fixed by a mediator called Paktun. So बिचौलिए को क्या बोला जाता है? Paktun. जो I mean Paktun generally marriages जो हैं वो mediation से ही होती हैं. I mean exchange of not exchange of but mediation of 2 parties. So Paktun is a representative or bichauliya, like, and divorce which is known as Jat Sariza Dalwa or Khatalje or Kheze or Ja Choche, and it is permitted in case of adultery, and infertility. So again, the divorce is permitted. Adultery is like having extramarital affairs or something like that, and infertility, when a woman is not, or a man is not able to like reproduce, then the couple can have divorce, right? Now, khampas are also known by different names in different places. So कुल्लू डिस्ट्रिक्ट में इनको बौद्ध और नियोंडी खंपा के नाम से जाना जाता है. यूके इज फॉर उत्तराखंड रीजन में, गढ़वाल रीजन में दे आर नोन एज शाह खंपा. किन्नौर में दे आर नोन एज कुल्लू खंपा. स्पीति में पीती खंपा, right? And in Chamba they are known as Thawa Khampa. Lahaul area, Garja Khampa. And nomadic means like those who are nomadic people, they say them Nakhor Khampa, right? Then another important term of this society is Pittam De Lu. So this is a type of question answer songs which are sung in a musical tone by girls from bride's side in a marriage, and questions are generally passed to the boy side in a funny way. You could have experienced sometimes. Nowadays I don't think this practice is anymore there in existence, but earlier not it is not that much old, but around 10-20 years back, around 20-25 years back, you can find this type of question answering technique in a musical tone. And when the bridegroom's party or the barat जब जैसे खाना वगैरह खाती है बारात, या बारात जब आती है, so then लड़की वालों की तरफ से बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन जो है वो बारात के ऊपर फ्लोट किए जाते हैं in musical tone and in a funny way, right? Then Swangla. Now coming to the Swangla community. So they are a scheduled tribe occupying Patan Valley, right? Patan Valley is in Lahaul Spiti district along Chandrabhaga, right? And they include Rajputs and Brahmins. So it is said that the Tamur invaded this part and drove out the Buddhists and occupied the area, and people came to be known as Swangla or Swanl, the earlier name of this area, right? So in the previous time, during some period, this Tamur could have invaded and drove out the Buddhists from this Swangla area, and the people, those who stayed there, they came to be known as Swanglas. So the two languages which are spoken by Swanglas are Manchad and Chinali. So again, this is important. The languages spoken. Questions में पूछा जा सकता है Chinali languages of which community or which tribe, and so these Manchad and Chinali languages are specific to Swangla people. And so there are some regional dialects also they are prevalent in the society, Bhoti and Tinan or Tinant, right? Hubble bubble is a term used for hookah and jajri, right? So this hubble bubble is also important term for hookah jajri. And Swanglas again have a traditional council, and the traditional council is headed by Sehna, assisted by 4 other members. So head of the council is Sehna, and 4 other the executives or the members are also there in the council. So remember this. Then Majmi Bya. It is an ad hoc marriage. This is a form of marriage in Swangla community, and it is a kind of ad hoc marriage. If a boy is not ready to bear marriage expenditure, he sends his sister to bring the girl and start living with the girl, right? And the point when boy will get ready to bear the marriage expenses, then he will perform the actual form of marriage or the actual marriage, right? Like कई बार ऐसा होता है ना, boys are unemployed generally, but they have a liking for the girl, and it is आजकल भी ऐसा होता है, लड़की वालों की तरफ से ऐसे बोला जाता है कि मेरी लड़की बोल देगी कि मेरी शादी होने वाली है, and ladka is not working or doing anything, he is simply unemployed. So in that case लड़का क्या करेगा, अपनी बहन को भेज के लड़की को अपने घर में बुला लेगा. Not nowadays, but in the Majmi Bia and in Swangla community only, right? And then जब लड़के को कोई जॉब मिल जाएगी या वो कुछ अपना बिजनेस सेटअप कर लेगा, उसके बाद he will perform the actual marriage, right? So this type of marriage is known as ad hoc marriage. Then fraternal polyandry was also excised earlier, right? I mean, fraternal polyandry, you can understand like having more than one wives. So this was also prevalent. Then Rusate Bya. This is another form of marriage which is by elopement, like Jinfunk or Birarfunk or of the Gaddi community. And no, in different communities you will find different names for the same term. And remember them, they are very important. When a boy and girl fall in love with each other and they elope away, this term is used for Rusate. When Rusate Bya term is used for this type of elopement marriage. Then Hua Bya. Hua Bya is a marriage by capture, like Darosh. And when a boy develops liking for a married or unmarried woman, so the girl can be married or unmarried. If a boy develops liking for that woman, he will capture her. Okay, so this form is known as Hua Bya or the marriage by capture. Then another important community, Sood, which is like merchant community, or we can also say the Mahajan community. Then Gujjar community is also there. They are mostly pastoral and live a pure or nomadic life, right? So there are many other tribes like Jads, Buddhist, then Chamars, Lohars, Sonars, Dumnas, Kumhars, and Rathis staying in Himachal Pradesh, but they are of very few numbers are there. So, but these communities are also there in Himachal Pradesh. So, with this, I will stop here. I have tried to cover all the social customs and the marriage form especially. So I hope it will help you in the exams. Very soon we will meet in the next video. Kindly don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. So thank you very much.